I sweat profusely, awaiting the dreaded moments. Each tick of the clock tenses my muscles that much more, but every minute making more hair stand on end. It's coming for me. I can feel it. Death. Death in the form of a single of paper. I take the small pile of paper from the student in front of me and pass it backwards at the plucking of the top piece. Looking to the top right of the page, I find my fears realized within that small red circle. 43. I hang my head in a sigh in resignation, cursing under my breath. Fuck! I can feel the aura of a similar sentiment rising from the entire class. It's strange that fact lifts my mood by a minuscule amount. Misery loves company, I suppose. As the teacher opens his mouth, the room braces for the inevitable onslaught. What did they say for the last minute? We quickly move to collect our bags and leave for lunch post-haste, but the teacher delivers a parting broadside. We'll be discussing the class test scores next lesson. Needless to say, there will be quite some discussion to be had. A collective groan resounds from the class, now reduced to shuffling out dejectedly. So what class was that? I mean, I don't even know what gender the freaking teacher was supposed to be. If it's like, oh, it's English class, it's just like, oh yeah, it's always like that, isn't it? Well, you know what, if I went to a class, you know, learn Japanese, I mean, it's just an online course, essentially. I just go to the college to kind of, like, do a bit of it, you know? But if I was in a class learning Japanese, I'd probably not do particularly 100%. I don't know how well I do, honestly. It's just like such a pain in the ass, and pronunciation is really tough. Like some freaking, just like, it's got different pronunciations, isn't it? Like, you know, like tsunami, for example, or tsundere or whatever. I never knew how to pronounce the TSU before, but it's kind of like a like a freaking what are they called? Symbol, whatever the hell on drum kits, like. Who needs a drum kit? I can do that. Yeah, whatever. You get the idea. I didn't know how to pronounce that for the longest time, man. But like, when it comes to like Japanese learning English, well, that's a whole new can of worms right there, isn't it? It's like, you got L. You never get L. Never pronounced in the Japanese language. No such thing as L. Although I've like, when I've like been listening in on some of the phrases and just like trying to write down how it sounds to me, some of them do sound like they're pronouncing an L. At least one time I remember that. It's just weird. And like I remember like message in Japanese, like the way it's written down in Romanji just seems weird. Actually, where is it? Message. I mean, it sounds exactly like it does in English, except for it's called messagey. Where is it? Message. Nope. Somewhere else. No. Wait, no, it'd be one of the Oh no, god damn it, I frickin' wrote a lot of notes here. There it is. How's it written down? Messeegi. But I wrote it down like, as just message, because that's how it sounds. It's just like, In this context, it's like pronounced message-e-war. Message-e-war. That's because it's in a sentence, but you get the idea. I don't even remember what the hell I was even. How the hell did I even get to rambling about that? Anyway, I pushed it into the bag as I walk along the hallway, crumpled it in the process. As not that such a troublesome letter, I ended up on my desk yesterday, and now this. I knew it! It's English! You're speaking English now, Hisao, you little shit. I hate English. I mean, like, you know what? I said, you know what? Options. Where is it? Language. English! English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yes, you do! There's no other language options. This game was not made in the... Well, visual novel wasn't made in the traditional sense, where it's made by Japanese people. No! English-speaking people! And yet they made... It's set in Japan, so it makes sense, but still! Wait, no, change the language. Changing the language is no other language. Only on, like, from what I've heard, the, trial, well, demo version. I don't know if, like, at this point they've, like, updated it or not, but my god, this visual novel is pretty old, isn't it? Hisao! Hisao. That's actually exactly how it is, really, isn't it? I mean, if his name was written out as hiragana or something like that, it'd be Hisao. Whatever. It's probably Misha, isn't it? Oh, wait. A stern female voice gruffly calls out from behind me. I freeze on the spot, my face becoming like stone. It's as if I can feel my brain disconnecting from my body. My eyes slowly shift right, trying to catch a glimpse of the disembodied voice. Nothing. My face begins to slip as time passes, as I twist in my head, ever so slowly. I twist it to... Ah! Ah! I jump into the air and drop my bag, yelling out in surprise. As I recover and regain my composure, I turn to see. I should have known. Emi. Oh, it was Emi. Hisao, then. That's the Emi voice. Forever. It's been forever. Gotcha, Hisao. She stands there with a mischievous grin on her face, hands forward and fingers pointed inwards. She was the one who jabbed my ribs with her fingers. I looked down at her with a grimace, rubbing my hair in frustration. That's no way to greet someone, you know. You have no sense of humor. I left my sense of humor in my English class. Complain to the teacher if you want to give him back to me. She pulls her best puppy dog eyes on me as she pouts. Lily's managed to build up my resistance to the tactic, but Emi's short stature adds enough to the effect to make me relent. So how are things? Haven't seen you around for a while. Same old, same old. I run so fast nobody wants to join me on my morning runs. It's a real pain. Her modesty never fails to amuse me. Hello? Uh-oh. You know what I'm thinking, don't you, Hisao? Wearing my ambitions on my sleeve is one of my worst habits. She's seen right through me. Fortunately, I see somebody else approaching us that will give me an out. Oh, hi, Hanako. I give her a welcoming wave and try my best at looking like I haven't noticed Emi's pouting face. She gives a small wave back. Hello, Hisao. Emi? Hey, Hanako. I'll join you and Lilly in a sec. Actually, speaking of lunchtime company, it's odd to see you out Rin, Emi. Rin! Without a second word, she forgets all about us and bolts off up the hallway. She must have forgotten she was waiting for her. Hanako and I stand speechless, suddenly able to helplessly stand and watch this ball of seemingly boundless energy dash off. She's sonic. Oh wait. Oh yeah, Sao! She suddenly stops us off just before vanishing around the corner to the rooftop staircase, spinning around to meet our amused faces. I hate English too! You're speaking it, motherfucker! And with that, she disappears. I mean, is English like one of those, well, what other languages, well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. What other languages would, like, traditionally have, like, in a Japanese school? Would they, like, learn, like, well, obviously Japanese, but would it be like, okay, at some point you get English, maybe Chinese, and then Korean. I mean, I would say Chinese would be the pain in the ass one, because I've heard like it's one of the most hardest languages to learn. But hell, freaking Japanese borrows from that freaking language with kanji, so it probably seems a bit simpler. With English, that's a entirely different writing system. It's like, okay, we've learned all these characters, right? Hiragana, like freaking 71. What the fuck it was called again? That's another 71. Kanji, oh, it's endless. We don't know how many there are. There's that many. So, what are we doing now? Oh, here's an alphabet of the English alphabet. So we will be learning English. It's like, oh, fuck. I mean, well, it makes sense. But bloody hell, man. The fact that there's like, the Japanese alphabet has like 71 freaking characters. I mean, you think learning English would be easy after that, but then there's a different writing system. And there's like pain in the ass regardless. I mean, English is my first language, and I have trouble pronouncing some words. And there's words that I'll come across and be like, what the fuck does that word mean? And then usually I'd Google the word and they'd be like, oh, it's another word that means this, because there has to be a million fucking words to describe one thing. Seriously, English is confusing when you think about it. Well, language in general. And like I always say about like in English, like some words that like pronounced differently how they're spelt. Japanese has the same thing. And while I don't really know much French, I know for a freaking fact French is, because freaking English likes to use freaking French words and I fail at pronouncing them every goddamn time. Anyways, all I can do is hang my head and give a long sigh, further left in the dust. As I hear a short giggle coming from behind me, I turn to see Hanako smiling at the corner, my attacker around it. I pick up my drunk bag from the floor and quickly dust it off. It all feels weird to just go back to the plot after that rant, isn't it? Like, ah! Afternoon, been busy. You don't like English? That's the way it said that. Nah. I had a test on it a while back, and Emi caught me brooding about the results. Sorry. Is Hanako actually good at English? Actually. In her route, did she say she was good with English? I can't remember. She said she's good with computers and stuff like that. We never really got to see her use a computer, but she did, like, mention something she's, like, good at. She averts her gaze, guilt written onto her face. A casual observer would think she just accidentally reminded me of a dead relative. Come on, it's not your fault. How you doing, anyway? She looks up, though she avoids meeting my eyes. Let me guess. Alright, I suppose. She's probably doing better than Hisao, who's trying not to be boastful. An awkward silence passes. They seem all too common around Hanako. Oh, Lily asked if you'd like to join us for lunch on the roof. On the roof? I guess I don't exactly have any pressing engagements to attend to. But we just ran into Emi, right? And it's just like, that's her usual spot, man. Her and Rin usually hog the roof. And, well, hey, back up. And Lily asked if you'd like to join us for lunch on the roof. So they haven't gone yet, obviously, because I cannot imagine it would go well for Lily trying to go all the way up to the roof on her own. Sure, I'll be right up. I'll get my lunch from the cafeteria now, then. Go on, you don't need my approval to leave, you know. Okay, I'll be going then. She gives a skittish reply, a small nod, and quickly makes off towards the cafeteria. And suddenly a crowd. I guess she must have forgotten to bring lunch today. As I walk through the hallways, more and more students start to come out of classrooms and pass me, going in the same direction as Hanako went. Again, while my, like being taught at home for, like, most of all that shit, so I didn't really experience much of school, but at a certain point in the night, I do distinctively remember this type of scenery, man. And that's one of the reasons, one of the reasons why I ended up being taught at home, because of my anxiety and all that. I just couldn't handle the atmosphere of, like, people everywhere. It's like a herd of people. Like, once class ends, hallways well, not stampede, essentially, but people everywhere. Needed a frickin', you literally freaking had a map. You actually had a freaking map of the school because it was that big. It's like, bloody hell. It's like, okay, class in 242 or some shit, you know? It's like, bloody hell, how many classrooms do they freaking need? It's like, well, they all have freaking a couple thousand freaking students. It's like, bloody hell. It's like 4 buildings or so. Ridiculous. I was so used to just simple, you know, like, not like overly crowded. And you know, it was all stuck to this one freaking building, 1 floor, and then suddenly it's like 4 buildings, like going up to like 5 floors or some shit with some of them. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, going in the same direction as anyways. By the time I managed to make it to the stairs, I'm having to push my way past the busily chatting throng of students. I finally managed to get past the last of the crowd and round the staircase, swinging slightly in relief and slowing my pace before I opened the door to the roof. Ah, damn! I momentarily bit my eyes, all but blinded by the harsh summer sun. They're all there then. As I slowly regain my vision, the surroundings finally take form. Wait, could it be? What is this chapter called about the scene? Little Wing. Little Wing? Little Wing and air guitar. Brings to mind Jimi Hendrix. Anyways, could it be that she's going to... Well, we'll see how it plays out, I guess. Lilly, Emi and Rin sit together on the rooftop, the top of the hilltop forest around you, marking visibly past the fence around them, as if to frame the view. Ah, Hisao! Lilly and Rin give a quick nod of acknowledgement and steep nod of greeting respectively. Remember before this route officially began and I was like, it's a shame I won't get to voice act Rin anymore, because her character wouldn't play a part in it, but now she's here, man! I start walking towards the rather mismatched trio and can't help marveling at the speed with which Emi devours the rest of her half-eaten banana. Hey, strange to see you free the gal like this. It seems to have been quite a day of coincidences. Emi and Rin decided to eat on the roof just as Hanako and I decided to. Well, they're always on the roof. You stole it! This spot was ours! Yeah, it was. Simmer down, you can't steal a place in the school. I plunked myself down beside Lilly, the 4 of us creating a semicircle. I think she's right. You too. Butterfly is her accomplice. The butter. As I glance around, sure enough, a small yellow butterfly flirts across my field of vision. So, tell me, how did this butterfly help Lilly steal this spot? It scouted out our conversation and told her. I should have known better than expect some reasoning from Rin. Regardless, I guess it wouldn't hurt to play along. You're telling me she can talk to butterflies? There are people who can talk to horses called horse whisperers. Lily must be a butterfly whisperer. I bury my head in my hands as Emi runs on her strange companion. She doesn't seem to share Rin's sense of humor. Whisperers don't work like that. Emi and Rin continue their banter as I turn to Lilly, who is busily finishing off her small box of curry and rice with a pair of wooden chopsticks. Curry and rice! So what brought you up here then? Anyway. A little fresh air every now and again doesn't hurt. Wait, she is up here on her own, I just realized. Well, not technically, but she must have gone up here on her own, because Hanako wasn't with her unless she ran into Emi along the way, or Rin, I don't know. Ah! Emi breaks off from her vain attempts to introduce the concept of logic to Rin. That was why we came up here too. Something tells me it was her idea alone, and that Rin only got dragged up here on Emi's whim. But again, the same could probably be said of Lilly and Hanako. Now, we can share. The creaking of the door to the roof could be heard as soon as she says the words. A moment of silence falls over us as everyone's attention focuses on the figure appearing from it. The way she just comes in from the side and just sits down so casually. Well, it wasn't really casual. It was kind of just like slowly, stealthily, but in plain view. Hanako slowly walks over to us, her eyes pinned to the ground, silently ruining the attention she's attracting. She tenses just barely when her eyes meet Rin's. It's like with social anxiety or general anxiety or anything like that. In a situation like that, you're like trying not to draw attention, but because you're like so focused on avoiding attention, you end up creating attention because people are just like, what's that person doing? I don't know, it's just such a pain in the ass. It's a complete contradiction, man. You're just like, I don't want anyone to stare at me, so I'll just like stand here like a goddamn statue or something, and people are like, is that guy even moved like an inch in the past 5 minutes? Well, that's not what Hanako did, but that's how I tend to be. Like, catching the bus, I just stand there like a freaking damn statue. And then by the time I get on the bus, it's like, oh, my fucking back. Every time. Well, not every time, but sometimes. Depends how long I freaking wait. It's only when there are people around, though. When there's no people around, I just, like, pace a bit, you know? Actually move around so I don't end up freaking going like, oh, goddamn, why did I stand still for 5 minutes? I felt like one of those freaking gods in London or some shit. I can't help raising an eyebrow as she walks over to us and sits next to me, doing her utmost to avoid looking up even though she brings her cafeteria bread to her mouth. So, how do you and Emi know each other anyways? Well, you're not even going to tell Lily that Hanako is there? Emi is somewhat well known around the school for her athletic ability. She is the fastest member of the track and field club by some margin, even beating Miki Miura at the track meet last week. Wasn't that the girl with one arm? Well, 1.5 arms, because her other arm kind of ends in a stump. But you get the idea, it's her, isn't it? I wonder if she'll make another appearance. Oh, and if she does make another appearance, could she potentially have a CG? Maybe, I don't know. Miki Miura. Ah, that tan girl from the front of my class. Considering her height and toned body, being able to beat her is quite an accomplishment. Looking over to Emi, it's very clear she is well aware of this fact as she beams proudly. So, Hisao, what was your score in English? Ouch. No comment. Boo! She puffs her cheeks and pouts, but it doesn't take long for her to bounce back. Alright, if I tell you mine, you have to tell me yours. Deal? Fine. What, is everyone just gonna give out the scores now? Okay, on a count of 3, we both say our results. 1, 2, 3. 32. Hisao didn't even say it. I beam a mischievous grin. Evil! You said it, not me. Still, the fact that you managed an even lower score than me is kind of amazing. Grrr! She looks and sounds like a small terrier growling at an intruder. I can't say it's the most threatening sight I've seen. Well, you never know, man. We've got this black Labrador puppy. It's still not reached that big, huge size, but it's a nasty little bastard. It bites everything. As soon as I walk downstairs, it's there, right there, trying to rip my freaking sock off my foot. I mean, it's not all that bad. It's just walking around and a pain in the ass. A pain in the foot if she actually managed to bite through it onto my foot. It hurts. By the way, scoring higher than 32 isn't something to boast about, much less scoring below it for any subject. Yes, Lily. Sorry, Lily. I could help you with your English if you'd like. It would be my pleasure to. Oh, let me guess. It's gonna be like, no! No, that's fine, but I appreciate the thought, really. He just doesn't want to study it, which kind of explains everything, really, doesn't it? I mean, well, it's probably a case where it's just like, oh, this is just really tough. Oh, fuck it. Just throw it to the side. It's like, I'm not gonna study it. And then it comes up to the test. Fuck. I suppose that's how it is, really. If something's just too hard and you don't have the motivation to you know, push through it and, you know, actually learn it, you'll end up being like, ah, fuck. I kind of have the same thing going on with guitar. It's like I don't practice like this, like, I've been given like one Metallica song and 2 Iron Maiden songs. Like, in each of them, it's kind of like, he obviously chose them, my guitar tutor chose them because, like, one, there's, like, a bit of a speed to it, you know, a bit of a rhythm groove going on. And 2, because it has, like, up and down picking a lot and does, like, this kind of groups of 3. And I still can't get the hang of that. It's like, where's my guitar? I don't know if they'll be able to hear it, but it's just like, I can do this. You know what, let's actually do something about that. Options. Oh, you've even got wind sound effect there. Wait, I could do this. Nope. But then when it comes around to... It's just like gets a bit finicky, and then when it actually gets into, you know, the melody is like... Easy, but the freaking, that kind of like... 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Pain ass. Anyway, put the music back on. Alright, let's continue. Lily looks slightly deflated. Her hopes of parsley. Wait. F major. I think it's F major. I don't know, don't care. Lily looks deflated, her hopes of imparting her knowledge dashed. Judging from the badly hidden laughter of the rest of us, neither she nor Emi seem to have gone into much pity. As I sit happily laughing now, I feel my voice suddenly cut off as my chest clenches. I sit in silence for a few seconds, all my concentration forced on my heartbeat. It's only a small pain, but the ache feels like it's growing. Oh, breathe deeply, breathe deeply. I glance upward to try and keep at least some of my attention on my surroundings. I see Emi suddenly freezing when she notices the expression of pain on my face. My face out of the corner of her eye. Hey, Hisao, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I look back down and redouble my efforts to try and stay calm, clenching my fists to try and dull the pain. It takes a short time, but the pain, thankfully, begins to fade. So did the music. When I look back up, there's only silence and pensive faces to be seen. I guess I'd better explain myself. Arrhythmia. I'm fine, it's, just a heart flutter. Another one! I mean, no serious scene, but again, he didn't even freaking tell Shizune, I don't think, about his condition. And now, we can add Emi and Rin to the list of people he's comfortable enough telling about it. Which doesn't make sense, really, because he's barely interacted with them in this route at all. But, like, with Shizune, he's, like, spent enough time with her and Misha and all that, but nope. doesn't feel comfortable enough to talk to them, laddie.
You sure? Should we get the nurse?
Taking her cue, Hanako quickly picks herself up and begins to dash to the door. Hanako, stop! Lily, I'm fine. You look like a wet, wrinkled tomato. Or tomato, whichever one you would pronounce it as. Ah? As I bring my hand to my forehead, I can feel the beads of sweat gathered on it and dab them off with my cuff. Thanks, I told you I'm fine. I'm just kind of fragile, I guess. The entire atmosphere has changed from one of gaiety to downcast faces, the situation being too awkward for anyone to know exactly how to react. And of course the whole thing is thanks to me, it just started to happen now, around others.
Oh, Emi.
She looks up, a box of juice halfway to her mouth.
I haven't told you my score yet, have I?
Yeah, well, you're half foreign, so your score doesn't count anyway.
Lifting an eyebrow, I inquisitively turned to Lily. What was your test result anyway? She gives a cheeky grin.
100%, perfect score.
I thought the music was going to take on a holy kind of sound. Just like, oh! But no, this is Lily's theme. Well, what is this called? Concord. Well, it's basically Lily's theme. Each character tends to have their own theme, don't they? I mean, this music was playing when he first met Lily. It's still like, I don't know. It's like, you know what I just realized? With the exception of Shizune, pretty much all of the main girls are right here in this one scene. How about that? No way. All I can do is hang my mouth open in wonder. You know what? Even it's like any freaking I'm saying that, but like I remember earlier on in its recording, I was like, oh, and surprisingly, when I was doing this Japanese and all that, I got 100% on one of them. That surprised me. But that's not like, you know, these type of tests that they're going for. This was kind of simple quiz kind of thing where it's like, okay, what would you respond to this sentence with, or what is the correct spelling of this? I mean, sure, that's a pain in the ass, the spelling bit. It's just like, okay, here's some hiragana now. And the annoying thing is, it actually, like, they'll say a sentence, but it gets cut off too soon, so I'm just like, wait, what word in that sentence are you freaking wanting me to freaking translate here, god damn it? But, you know, when it comes to actual, you know, proper tests like these ones and all that, I don't think I've ever got it anywhere close to 100%. Like, I can't remember them much, but I remember doing decent enough. Oh wait, I guess one could count was this IT course I did before starting this Japanese course. I managed to pass that. Like, it took forever to actually get through all of them because there's multiple ones in the course. But I got through all of them. Like, I think like it had it so like, if you don't get at least 85% or something like that, I can't remember what the percent was, but I got above that on all of them. Never got 100% on any of them, but I got pretty high on them. And by that I mean not like I got high, I mean the score was high. Whatever, no way, all I can do is hang my mouth open in wonder. Considering those tests are insane, even for some native speakers. Yeah, I probably imagine that just be like, someone just like transfers in to their school just like from like an English speaking country. It's like, this would be easy. They see the results, it's like only like 90%. Like, what the fuck? Where the other 10% go, man? This is my fucking language, my first language. How the fuck did I not get 100%? Just like, oh well, you know, it's more to it than, you know, the speaking the language, understanding the language, and writing language. Probably, you know, throwing grammar and shit like that. It's like, pain in the ass. Anyways, I can only imagine she's gone and done something like committed to mind, part of the dictionary. A gift for rote memorization, maybe. Are you Anzu 2.0? That's...
See, only someone part foreign could get a score that good.
See, Lily and I grin at Emi's expense.
Reaction identical to mine when I'd first tripped on that little landmine. Lily's foreign ancestry does raise a point, though. Ah, that's right. You leave tomorrow for Scotland, don't you? Oh, way to go, Hisao. You're gonna freaking, make the atmosphere depressing again. That's correct. Emi heard some rumors about it. It seems word spreading quickly, considering I only told a friend in my class a couple of days ago. It must be nice to go halfway around the world on a holiday. Hey, could you buy me something while you're there? Don't be too shy now. Lily gives a light-hearted giggle, evidently full expecting Emi's bluntness. The rest of the lunch continues much the same as before. The drunkenness from before, my hot flutter, thankfully returning in full. As everyone flies off with the appropriate farewells, only Lily and I are left. Hey, Lily. She packs the last of her things into her bag and clips it shut before perking her head up slightly. Thanks for breaking the silence back there. I kinda wanted to stop it, but didn't really know how to. As much as I'd like to sound less morose about it, the letter from yesterday, screwing up a test so badly in class, now my heart makes things very hard indeed. She gives an indulgent smile and nods. I hope she hasn't picked up on it, but knowing her, it's unlikely that she hasn't. Emi's strong, but only human. We do worry about you, Hisao. Hold on, why would I worry you? Her smiling face collapses, becoming uncomfortably serious. Hisao, we are not ignorant of your situation. The way I read that, well, she is being serious and all, but that sounds like, a bit robotic then, isn't it? And she suddenly cuts herself short, unsure of well she should say what she intends to. I give a weak smile and rest my hand on her shoulder. Don't, it's enough that I worry about it. I don't want you all to shoulder my burden. But if you all worry about it, I have to worry about your worrying, if that makes sense. I'm fine, okay? For a moment she looks to be lost in thought, carefully pondering how to react. Hisao, do you have any paper left from your food's packaging? I think so. I'll just check. I rummage around in my bag for the leftovers from lunch, eventually find the paper square from my sandwich's package. My eyebrow raised and my expression rather quizzical, I gently place the square into Lily's hands. Without another word, she brings her fingers around it to feel out its edges. This should be large enough. Both of us sitting on a roof, the minutes to the lesson ticking away as she proceeds to lay the item on the ground and begin her work in earnest. Wrapped in silence, I watch her fingers move about on the small square with amazing dexterity. A small fold here, a large fold here, there. Her fingertips keep a slow but sure pace. Looking up, her expression is calm and placid. The fact her face is pointed well above the sheet in front of her makes the sight of her work all the more curious. Her shoulders slump a bit after finishing one final fold. Work apparently done. It's only when she holds the item up in her hands that I realize what it is. Oh. A small origami crane. Light brown thanks to the packaging used. The result looks quite delicate and precise. You can do origami? I taught myself how to do it when I was younger. It improved my dexterity a bit. Ah. A little baffled, I carefully take the small bird from her pale cupped hands as if it would break from the slightest breath. It seems to be folded quite well and holds its shape easily. We both grab our bags and head out the door, Lily extending her cane and she does so. I hold Lily's handiwork up to my face for further inspection while we walk down the hallway, her hand running along the silver handrails for orientation. If she taught herself origami to improve her dexterity, with the use of her hands meaning so much to her given her condition. Ah, so that's it. I smile as I realize the bird's meaning. Everyone here has had to find their own ways of dealing with their conditions. You're not alone here when you have problems. Thanks, Lily. I appreciate this. She gives a sweet smile and a nod, not using words where none need be used, in her typical manner. All I ask is that you take care of yourself, Hisao. Don't worry, I will. Promise. Promise. And with that, we part ways. To be honest, I don't know what annoys me more, the fact that I could die at any moment, or the fact that everyone knows that. I guess I'll just take each day as it comes, as the unexpected present in my hand reminds me I'm not alone here. Even though I may be like this, I'm not alone. If they worry, if anyone worries, I'll smile. I'll smile enough for all their worries to go away. The moment the bell rings out, a collective sigh of relief comes from everyone. Much of the moment's been taken up by a droning lecture on sociometry or whatever, a topic entirely unbefitting of the insufferable heat pervading the classroom. Knowing that attempting to teach anything more would be an exercise in futility, Miller gives up and begins clearing the teaching materials from his desk for the day. As meaningless banter starts filling the classroom, I notice Hanako getting up and coming to my desk. She's been a lot less withdrawn lately, something which gives me a small measure of satisfaction.
Hello, Hisao.
Hey, want to go pick up Lilly then? It's close to the time when she needs to get going if she's going to make the flight.
About that. She said she might be held up a bit by her classmates.
I suppose that makes sense. Her class usually gets off a little earlier than ours, so Lily would normally have to just come to our classroom. The class must be sending her off. Well, never mind, we can wait outside our classroom for once, right? She gives a small giggle before nodding. The two of us take no things and leave about free to this classroom. Next time! I wonder how this route's gonna go, because she's gonna be in Scotland, right? So, how will the route play out when she's not actually there? I wonder. I have no idea. Anyways, I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time.